or good morning to all of you. Today I will discuss first of all previous class. So that is acquired immunity, that is two type of immunity, innate immunity, that is inborn immunity, and other is acquired immunity. Innate immunity is no relation with the infection, but acquired immunity occurs after infection or vaccination of the host. This is two type of immunity: active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity is two types, that is natural and artificial. Active acquired natural immunity occurs by the infection of the pathogens, by the infection of the parasite, and artificial active immunity occurs by the vaccination of the host. Then active immunity is, I have told yesterday, active immunity is long duration of immunity, and as a result of infection of the parasite or infection of the organisms, this active immunity example is three examples: pre-immunity, sterile immunity, and autoimmunity. Today I will discuss about these three immunity in details. Then passive immunity, passive natural immunity due to the maternal of antibody which get the fetus in the womb of mothers during pregnancy, and also by the injection of hyperimmune serum in the animals. Then acquired immunity is mediated by the mechanism mediated by the humoral immunity. Humoral immunity is mediated by the antibody mediated immunity. Mainly B lymphocyte play important role in humoral immunity is the antibody mediated. Another cell, T helper cells, also mostly hemoprotozoal infection found humoral acquired immunity. Then humoral and acquired immunity is antibody mediated immunity, and act by these of the following base antibodies bind the epitope of the antigen. Epitope is the antigen binding site of antigen. Antigen is a foreign substance like parasite or other of microorganism enter inside the host. Another is antibody cover the site of surface of the parasite which result in inhibition of the penetration of the host. इसमें होता है एंटीबॉडी एंटीजन यानी पैरासाइट के सरफेस पर जो एंटीजेनिक साइट होता है उसको बाइंड कर देता है, दैट रिजल्ट्स inhibit the penetration of the parasite to the host cells. Another mechanism, antibodies cause lysis of the parasite in presence of complement. Complement is a mixed hemoglobin present in the serum, cause lysis of the parasite in the presence of complement. And fourth is antibody help to hypersensitivity reaction, which is the harmful immune reaction. I will discuss today detail about the hypersensitivity reaction about the during the parasitic infection. Then acquired immunity is also cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity is T cell mediated immunity cause lysing of parasite by release of cytokines, various type of active amines released by the activated lymphocyte macrophages like interferon gamma, which alter the osmotic pressure of the pathogens of parasite and cause the lysis of the parasite. Another is antibody dependent cell mediated toxicity, that is ADC. That is in presence of antibody, different cells, macrophage killer cells kill the parasite. And most important is the, in case of parasitic immunity, is the immunoglobulin, that is mainly 5 type of immunoglobulins, that is one IgE and eosinophil are major role against the Helminthic infection in the host. Means immunoglobulin levels and eosinophils raised in Helminthic infection in parasite in host. This is all about the previous lectures. Then I will discuss today. This is the today lecture is pre-immunity, sterilizing immunity, autoimmunity, all are active type of immunity, and second is harmful immune response. Some immune response, some immunity is harmful for the host. Today I will discuss about this. So first of all is immune response. During the parasitic infections, immunity occurs in the host, that is active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity mainly occurs due to the parasitic infection and or vaccination of the host. So active immunities example are pre-immunity, sterilizing immunity and autoimmunity. Then first of all we discuss pre-immunity. Pre-immunity is another known is incomplete immunity or partial immunity. Means no full immunity, no complete immunity occurs inside the host. It is an incomplete or contaminated immunity in the presence of low level of persistent infection which prevent further infection. Means inside the parasite low level of infection are persist which prevent the further infection inside the host. After the infections, host does not fully cure, but subclinical infection present. Host is not clinically infected with the parasite, but subclinically infected with the parasite, which prevent the further infection. Means parasite inside the host present कर रहा है, which activate the lymphocyte macrophages system, which produce humoral antibody and which prevent the further penetration of the further infection of the host. Pre-immunity or incomplete immunity usually occurs in hemoprotozoan infection. Various type of hemoprotozoan infection, mainly Babesia infection, Theileria infection. Pre-immunity is partial immunity. Immunity is vanished, immunity is destroyed, then host becomes susceptible to infection. If pre-immunity खत्म हो जाता है, generally persist for 1 to 2 years. Pre-immunity persists for 1 to 2 years. After 1 to 2 years, generally host pre-immunity destroyed, vanish, and host becomes susceptible to infection. So pre-immunity is incomplete immunity and partial immunity occurs in the host by the low grade persistent infection of the parasite. इसमें parasite का infection low infection रहेगा host के अंदर, लेकिन infection persist रहेगा. complete eradication of the parasite host के अंदर से नहीं होता है. लो ग्रेड जो infection रहता है वो एक्टिवेट करता है, सेंसिटाइज करता है lymphocyte macrophage system को and then produce humoral antibody which prevent the penetration of the parasite or prevent the entrance of the parasite inside the host. Mainly occurs in hemoprotozoan infection like babesiosis, Thaleria annulata infection. Babesiosis is a hemoprotozoan disease, important hemoprotozoan disease, cause red water disease or coffee coloring in cattle, sheep, goat, horse, dog, and another host also. If pre-immunity is active against homologous antigen, but is ineffective against the strain other than the original one, means जो पैरासाइट अंदर परसिस्ट कर रहा है, जो वही पैरासाइट सेम पैरासाइट यदि होमोलोगस स्ट्रेन यदि पोस्ट के अंदर इंट्रेंस से इम्यूनिटी रोकेगा, बट अनदर स्ट्रेन यदि पैरासाइट का है तो उसके अगेंस्ट प्री इम्यूनिटी काम नहीं करता। तो प्री इम्यूनिटी अगेंस्ट द होमोलोगस एंटीजन मींस पैरासाइट present in low number inside the host, antigen same which will be enter inside the host. Then another type of active immunity is sterilizing immunity. Different from the pre-immunity is lifelong solid immunity, and immunity persists even in absence of parasite. Means in case of pre-immunity, immunity persists in the host when parasite present in low amount inside the host. But in case of sterilizing immunity sterilizing immunity occurs inside the host in parasite. Means completely cure the parasite. When parasitic infection completely cures and then immunity develop inside the host is sterilizing immunity. So this is the difference from the pre-immunity. Pre-immunity में पैरासाइट होस्ट के अंदर लो नंबर में लो अमाउंट में प्रेजेंट रहता है, but in case of sterilizing immunity, parasitic infection does not present inside the host. Previous infection is completely cured and develop a sterile immunity, that is lifelong solid immunity. Lifelong solid immunity होता है, it occurs during cutaneous leishmaniasis. So two type of leishmaniasis, that is visceral leishmaniasis and cutaneous leishmaniasis. Visceral leishmaniasis This is the sterilizing immunity occurs in cutaneous leishmaniasis. Two type of leishmaniasis: visceral leishmaniasis, that is caused by Leishmania gonorrhoeae, that is kala jar, and cutaneous leishmaniasis is caused by Leishmania tropica, is caused by cutaneous leishmaniasis, mainly in man and dog infected with the cutaneous leishmaniasis. So in case of cutaneous leishmaniasis, Leishmania tropica infection completely cured inside the host and immunity developed inside the host after the parasitic infection is the sterilizing immunity. A sterile immunity which is a solid immunity and lifelong immunity which prevents the entrance of the cutaneous Leishmania tropica inside the host. Another example of sterilizing immunity is Thaleria parva. The parva, that is Thaleria annulata, is called bovine tropical thalidosis, important hemoprotozoan disease. Thaleria parva is also a hemoprotozoan parasite cause East Coast fever. Thaleria parva is called East Coast fever, and after infection, when infection is completely cured, immunity develop inside the host, and immunity will be a sterilizing immunity which prevent the further infection of Thaleria parva in cattle. And Babesia infection also occurs. Some Babesia infection, sterilizing immunity, coccidiosis immunity. In case of coccidia, that is Emeria species, solid immunity also found. So this immunity remain present inside the host in the absence of parasite, but in case of pre-immunity, immunity persists in the host when low level of infection persists inside the host. इस केस में प्री इम्यूनिटी केस में लो लेवल ऑफ इन्फेक्शन रहना जरूरी है, तभी इम्यूनिटी आएगा प्री इम्यूनिटी, बट स्टेरिलाइजिंग इम्यूनिटी होस्ट के अंदर पैरासाइट का रहना कोई जरूरी नहीं है. Then another type of active immunity is autoimmunity. Autoimmunity which occurs, auto means self, which immunity occurs against the self antigens. Self antigens mean in this case host antigen and parasite antigen is same, or host cell become bind with the parasite antigen, or host antigen modified by the parasite. So same antigen present in the host and parasite. This lead to autoimmunity. One of the most important example of autoimmunity is the like Babesia infection. In Babesia infection, hemolysis of RBC occurs. Means Babesia found inside the RBC. Babesia found inside the RBC and cause lysis of the RBC, and hemoglobin released from the rupture RBC and excreted through the urine, and that leads to coffee color urine, red water disease. So in case of babesiosis, anemia occurs due to hemolysis of RBC, but in case autoimmunity develop, and this leads to destruction of erythrocyte, means RBC, in which even the uninfected cells are also destroyed. Means जो RBC infected है Babesia से, वो तो destroy होगा ही in Babesia infection, और जो RBC uninfected है वो भी destroy हो जाता है due to autoimmunity, because parasitic antigen attached with the RBC surface, and then parasite easily cause lysis of the RBC. या host cell, that is RBC, modified by the parasite, and this lead to autoimmunity. In this case, uninhibited cells, uninfected Babesia cells also destroy and cause more hemolysis of the RBC inside the host. This is the autoimmunity, means infected cells will destroy hoga and uninfected cells will destroy hoga due to the autoimmunity, because same antigen present in the parasite and host cell. So parasite easily enter inside the host and destroy the host cell. This is all about the active immunity, pre-immunity, sterilizing immunity or sterile immunity, and autoimmunity. These are three examples of the active immunity, because in the all case immunity occurs after the infection, after the entrance of the organism. So these are pre-immunity, sterilizing immunity, and autoimmunity is the example of the active immunity. Then next topic is harmful immune response. Harmful immune response means the immune response occurs by the infection of the pathogens like bacteria, virus, or parasite, mostly protective or beneficial for the host by killing its expulsion or limiting the infection of the pathogens, microorganism, or parasite. But in some times, immune response produce harmful effect inside the host, and which result hypersensitivity reaction. Means immune response is usually beneficial for the host because immune response kill the pathogens, kill the parasite, kill the microorganism, or lead to expulsions of the pathogens or parasite, or limit the number of the pathogen inside the host, which all are beneficial for the host, but in some case immune response produce harmful effect. Immune response due to the immunity, harmful reaction occurs inside the host, that is hypersensitivity reaction. There are 4 types of hypersensitive reaction you have read. Type 1, that is immediate hypersensitivity or anaphylactic reactions. Type 2, that is antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity, ADCC hypersensitivity. Type 3 are immune complex hypersensitivity, and type 4 is delayed hypersensitivity, that is DTH. So among these 4 hypersensitivity, first 3, that is type 1, type 2, and type 3 are antibody mediated hypersensitivity reactions, and type 4 is mediated by T cells and macrophages cells. These are hypersensitivities. Harmful immune response occurs inside the host during infection of the parasite or another microorganism. So type 1, that is immediate type hypersensitivity anaphylactic reaction, means parasitic antigens or foreign antigen, that is allergen, first combined with immunoglobulin, that is immunoglobulin is IgE, sensitized mast cells. Parasitic antigens means antigen present on the surface of the parasite combined first of all IgE immunoglobulins, sensitized mast cells, and release vasoactive amines, that is lymphokinin, cytokinin, interferon gamma, various type of cytokinin released due to immune response and cause damages in the host by inducing inflammation. By causing damaging of the parasite, so damaging of the host due to induced inflammation. One of the common example of type 1 or immediate type of hypersensitivity or anaphylactic reaction is due to the rupture of the hydatid cyst in the host. Hydatid cyst is the larval stage or bladder worm or known as metacystode of the Echinococcus granulosus tapeworm. Echinococcus granulosus cystode. This is the larval stage. Hydatid cyst. Cyst is the large structures roughly circular in shape, which is the larval stage or bladder worm or metacystode of Echinococcus granulosus. Which sometimes rupture inside the host, which rupture inside the host and combined with the host immunoglobulin and combined with the mast cells release cytokinin, and this cause anaphylactic reaction, which leads to maybe the death of the infected host. So hydatid cyst, rupture of the hydatid cyst leads to anaphylactic reaction inside the host cells during Echinococcus granulosus infections. So this is the example of type 1 hypersensitivity reactions. This is the harmful immune response occurs inside the host. Then type 2 hypersensitivity reaction, that is antibody dependent cytotoxic hypersensitivity. In this case, mechanism first parasite cells combined with antibody. Parasite cells combined with the antibody in the presence of complement. Complement is a mixed type of globulin present in the serum of the host cells. So antibody, various type of complement, you have already read in microbiology, which result destruction of the cells. Which result destruction of the cells. Example is hemolysis of the RBC or erythrocyte in Babesia infection. Previous I have told Babesia found inside the RBC. This is the Babesia organism, pear-shaped organism found inside the RBC and cause lysis of the RBC, means RBC rupture and hemoglobin is excreted through the urine of the infected host. So in this case, parasite cell combined with the antibody in presence of complement and cause destruction of the infected RBC. Another example of type 2 hypersensitivity reaction is chronic myocarditis. It's called megacolon and Chagas disease. This is Trypanosoma cruzi. This is the zoonotic parasite transmitted by the bug Triatomycetes bugs and cause Chagas disease, in which chronic myocarditis and megacolon is occurs due to the type 2 hypersensitivity reaction. Another is type 3 immune complex hypersensitivity, means antigens, antibody or and complement or antigen antibody complex, which results neutrophil accumulations and tissue damage and finally inflammatory reactions inside the host cells. Example is the glomerulonephritis in the malaria parasite infections. And type 4 hypersensitivity reaction is delayed type hypersensitivity reaction. This is another harmful type of immune response. In this case, parasitic antigen combined with T cells. All have first, second, and third hypersensitivity reaction is antibody mediated, but in T cells mediated hypersensitivity reaction, antigen combined with T lymphocyte and produce cytokinins, various types of cytokinins. That one of the important cytokinin is interferon gamma, and activate macrophage and cause granuloma formation inside the host cells. Example of the type 4 hypersensitivity reaction occurs in Trichinella is a roundworm larva. In case of Trichinella infections, larva present in the muscle cells and also in Schistosoma infections. Granulomatous lesion form inside the host, their location, and these are our result of type 4 hypersensitivity reaction. So this all about the harmful immune response. So today I have discussed about the example of active immunity, pre-immunity, sterilizing immunity, and autoimmunity, and harmful immune response, that is various type of 4 type of hypersensitivity reaction. So